It's back to school time, and this is a cheap, easy, simple recipe to make burritos to store in the freezer for the kids. I'm going to show you what I did, how I saved, and how I could have saved more. Now, my ground turkey was on sale for $8. This is a 3-pound pack. If I had made my refried beans myself, I could have cut the refried bean cost at least in half, right? So that's one of the ways I could have saved if I had made the beans myself and then added them to the burritos. Now, this salsa verde added a nice tangy touch. It wasn't spicy, but it was a nice tangy touch to these turkey burritos. Now, if you don't like salsa verde, I also added green chilies. You can just add the green chilies, or you can omit it altogether. Just season your turkey very well, because there's not a lot of ingredients in this burrito, so you want the seasoning to be, on 10, right? So I added again salsa verde, the little cans, and then I added some green chilies. The salsa verde give it a nice tang, and the green chilies just give it a nice little flavor to it. All of my stuff is mild. I don't use spicy stuff. So my son likes his rice porridgey, and that was a good call for these burritos. And when I say porridgey, he likes his rice slightly overcooked, right? And I added a can of tomato sauce to the rice. That came out very well with these burritos, with the texture of these burritos. It came out very well, because maybe because the beans were refried, it just worked well, but it did. Now, how I saved on the cheese was I just sprinkled a light layer of cheese over the top of the entire pan instead of putting cheese in every burrito. I know I would have used way more cheese if I had sprinkled cheese in every burrito, but what I did was I sprinkled cheese over the top, as you can see, and let the cheese melt. So every scoop is going to have the meat, the rice, the beans, the cheese in every scoop. And I won't use way too much cheese in this recipe. Now, what you can do is when you fill these, you can fill them and put them in the freezer in a single layer and let them freeze and get hard. And then put them in a Ziploc bag, and they shouldn't stick together. Or what you can do, if you would like to, is wrap them. I wrap mine in parchment paper first, then plastic wrap afterwards. But these were not for long-term freezer storage. I was trying something with the kids just to have some ideas for, an easy back to school snack. It worked well. So again, you can wrap these up, put them on a single layer sheet, let them freeze in the freezer until they are hard, and just put them in a Ziploc bag, and they won't stick. But also, if you want to freeze them for longer term storage, I wrap mine in parchment paper and then plastic wrap, and I wrap them individually. I have other burrito recipes, and I'll link them below on how I wrap mine. These were a big hit. These are great for those little grab and go snacks, right? This is for when they come home from school and you haven't cooked, and they so famished they feel like they're gonna pass out. This is a quick snack for them to grab and warm up and eat while you're cooking, or if they have to run out to practice. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below.